Welcome back to Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster. My name is Tails Fyraga, and in the last episode, we got sent to God knows where. Oh hey, a town. But in today's episode, we're going to be trying to find a way off this rock. That means we have to take the path less traveled. Or the path more traveled. Someone's going to travel at some kind of path. It's just going to be a fun time. Ooh, there's another spell to talk about. Discord works the same as Darkspark. It cuts the target's level in half. Waiting for you. There we go. I'm going to enchant Galif's Blade with the power of petrification. And you probably know why. I mentioned this before when covering Mystic Knight, that Spellblade actually has a 100% chance of casting a status ailment if it's charged with a status ailment. And in this case, we have a 100% chance of casting Break. Break is very good on things that aren't immune to Petrify, because Petrify is a one-hit kill. Alright, so we've got a castle here actually, but there's not much we can do here. I'm going to simply ignore it for now. I know that's probably not what anyone wants, but that's what I'm gonna do. That castle, if we go in there, well, I guess I can show it off, but it's gonna kick our butts. There's no getting around that. Yeah, but what do I need a butt for? Well, yeah, let's go in there. Seems like a good idea. Go into this castle that I've clearly warned us not to go into. We've got ether, it's fine. This is the castle of Kuza. And this place is not a particularly important place yet. But it does have these fuckers. These guys are shield dragons. They suck to fight. Honestly. Especially since they're immune to Break, so we have to do something else instead. So I think they're immune to all status ailments now that I think about it. I'm not going to attack these guys with magic or anything like that. Anytime you hit them with a physical attack, they'll hit you with Noxzilly, which is a powerful melee strike. Nope. And there's Zombie Breath. Which means that Bartz is now a member of the living dead. This was a bad idea to go here. But hey, I may as well show off why it's a bad idea to go here. Don't cast spells on them either. That's a bad idea. Bartz is gonna keep attacking himself until, well, the heat death of the universe. But you can't kill what's already dead. Oop. Never mind, you might be able to kill what's already living, though. Oh, hang on. You might be able to eke out a victory. He says, knowing we're not going to be able to eke out a victory. Gosh, that does so much damage. You're not supposed to be fighting these guys right now, as while these guys are level 29, they are significantly more powerful than you would expect. They're guys that you would fight later on. I'm just gonna hope we can just throw this match out. Because you may have noticed I've been doing double digits to these guys the entire time, like tiny little hits. These guys have 20,000 health. There we go. But if we want to turn encounters off and go in here, and actually go up the door, and Kuza, the sealed castle. There's a thing here that doesn't do anything. Jumping Jehoshaphat! These must be the 12 sealed weapons. They really do exist. I always thought they were the stuff of legend. So these were used in a battle 1,000 years ago? They've all turned to stone. Guess you can't expect much more from stuff that's a millennium old. These are the 12 sacred weapons, and these will prove to be very useful later. There's a lot of powerful weapons here. We have Excalibur, Assassin's Dagger, Sasuke's Katana, Holy Lance, Rune Axe, Masamune, Yoichi's Bow, Fire Lash, Sage's Staff, Magus Rod, Apollo's Harp, and the Gaia Bell. But we can't do anything with these right now. They've been turned to stone, and this thing does nothing. You can press the button on until the cows come home, but all you're gonna have at that point is a worn out A button and some cows. Let's get out of here. Not worry about those shield dragons anymore. Let's move on to our actual focus. Because as neat as that place is, we can't do much of anything there, so it's useless to us. It's not neat at all. It's useless. Also, I will have to talk a little bit about this too. So these squids right here, these devourers, you may think, oh, they're squids. I can peg them with a big old thunder spell. No, you can't. These guys unfortunately absorb thunder. I guess I don't have to cover that, but someone's probably gonna be like, oh, why are you using fire instead of thunder? Because that'll just heal. Thundara is just gonna heal these guys. And we've got a new, more powerful spell in Bio anyway. Bio is gonna take quite a bit of MP, but can't argue with the results. It's pretty powerful. There's another enemy around here as well that we might encounter, but I think you only encounter it on grassland tiles here. It's supposed to go up. Not you, although this does give us an opportunity to show off this beautiful background. It looks really pretty. I think one of the things I really like about Final Fantasy V's like two-world system and stuff is just the fact that a lot of the battle backgrounds are unique to certain worlds, and a lot of the ones in Gallup's world are really pretty. I know Gallup's world kind of has this weird, like, surreal energy to it in a way. Not really that surreal, but I mean, the music's very different. It's a lot less, like, triumphant, going on an adventure, and more you're in a weird alien world. There is a little bit of surreal to it. Alright, I'm going to use a tent here. Seems like a good idea to be at full health and full MP. Because now we face our most important enemy, trees. Well, actually it's not trees at all. It's the Moogle Forest. Kerpower! Never thought we'd see a Moogle out here. Moogle? Strange little critters that live in forests. They're pretty timid though, so you rarely catch sight of one. Let's help it. Alright. Hop down the hole. And into the underground waterway. Which is going to feature a bunch of different enemies, most notably Moogle-eaters. Despite their names, they are not actually eating any Moogles right now. I'll just stick with normal Blade for now. It's gonna take a little bit too long to set up Spell Blade. If I had bought a spare Thunder Rod, actually. Then I could zap these guys with the power of a really strong Thundera. But sadly, that is not the case right now. This place has a few different items, but it's mostly just a little water ride. You'll occasionally fight enemies. I'll set up Thundera for you. Thundara. And let's zap these guys as well. Ooh, they lived. I would have thought that 2 Thundaras would have been enough to put these guys down, but I guess not. The weakness of Chemist might be getting in the way here. Because Chemist isn't exactly the greatest as far as stats go, but they have some unique utilities. I'm still gonna keep Chemist around for a bit. Ooh, lots of Mons. Look for Thundara again. I'm gonna jump on that Blood Slime. I guess we have some other spells to use. Let's show off Drain. Drain, at this point, is pretty good. Only single target, but all the damage you deal is restored as health. So, it can be pretty good in a lot of situations. Doesn't have the most damage output, but, I mean, it's still pretty good. It's definitely not destroying us as much as Drain was when we were fighting bosses that had it. Alright, before you move on, don't forget this guy. More slimes. You guys have a weakness? Oh, you guys are weak to fire, that's right. I remember now. And let's just go down the waterfall. And more crabs. I think we're encountering a lot of enemies to make up for the fact that we didn't encounter too many in the battle on the big bridge. Basically became more of a casual walk on the big bridge. Oh, there we go. Thundara's getting a lot more powerful now. And Gallop's close to a level. Theoretically. One last set of guys? Is this gonna be the last set of dudes to kill? It might be. Alright, one more Thundara. I should finish them off, and we should be out of here. No more Octopus. Ooh, you lived. But it's nothing a spear can't handle. Bart's learned Pharmacology. Big Pharma. That means any items he casts have doubled effectiveness. Gosh, there's even more of you, huh? I'm gonna have to find a place to stop and use an ether soon. I guess I could also just be using Gaia instead, but I think... No, Gaia would have some effects in here. It would have some different effects. I'm thinking, oh, it's a cave, so it's just gonna be, Stalactite and Ignis Fatuus, but... Chest contains a Phoenix down. And more crabs. Just a lot of these fellas, honestly. You know, I haven't had crab in, like, a while. I live in Maryland, so you'd think we'd be going, like, for crab all the time. Like, all we ever eat is crab, because, I mean, in Maryland, like, fucking crabs grow on trees here. You know, you just go out in your backyard and... It's crabs in the trees. This is, not the right way. But no, we don't really eat too much crab around here. I mean, and a lot of that's not necessarily because, like, oh, we don't believe in crab or anything like that. No, we're pretty much right next to the bay. It's more of a case of, like, my dad doesn't like crab. So we don't really think of, like, having crab very much. And it's weird, he doesn't like crab, but he likes lobster. this fella has a lot of health. I would have figured like my story ending there would have been a perfect place, but I guess not. Alright, let's get ourselves back up a little bit of MP. Some heals with some high potions, because we've got a boss fight coming up. We're at the end of a dungeon after all. Be careful, Mr. Moogle. It's a skeleton. Look at them, they're dancing. Aw, isn't that lovely? Oh, you're not the boss? Hang on. Trying to conserve MP for the boss fight, are you? Well, joke's on you. More enemies. More slimes and crabs and octopi. I don't know that I've ever had octopus either. I've had squid. This fucking calamari is delicious. I can be bribed with calamari, but I don't know. Octopus might be similar, but alright, here he comes. This cool-ass looking guy, the Tyrannosaur. Tyrannosaur has a few different ways that you can deal with him. He's an undead foe, so of course casting fire spells on him will probably do pretty well, but he'll counter with poison breath, which is not great. However, he's an undead enemy, and an undead enemy means boss fight's over. You don't even have to lift a finger, all you need is one Phoenix down, and you just destroy him. 9 free AP. Oh, you must have been so scared. It's okay now, don't worry. Come closer. Kupo. It's alright now. We have a Moogle friend. Koopa-pow! What's going on? I think it wants us to follow. Alright, and we follow the Moogle. Where is he going to go? He goes... Keep your eye on the birdie. He goes in that forest over there. Oh right, we're all poisoned too. Well, thankfully we've got another tent to use. We've got plenty of them. So I don't feel too bad about using one. So, let's follow where that Moogle went. A few different kinds of enemies are gonna appear in various areas now. Got more desert, so that means more desert enemies. And if I had access to blue magic right now, I'd make these fellas sorry. But I don't. So they get hit with a Blizzara instead. Ooh, you're not taking much damage from that though, I've just noticed. Now is it because you guys have sky-high magic defense? Or is it because Blizzara isn't hitting a weakness? Or maybe a combination of the two? It's entirely possible. Well, let's see if we can put them to sleep. We can put one of them to sleep. So that means they're less likely to start hitting us with big damage now. Not that I was too worried about these things hitting us for huge damage, but still, being able to make the fight just a little bit easier is always a good thing. Become old! Your needles don't work on me. I have the ability to block. I paid $15 to block. Well, since you're asleep, we can just cast spells on you with no impunity. And finish you off with a melee strike. Or just finish you off with ice, that works too. Enemies are starting to give us pretty big chunks of experience here. Alright. And there we go. And head over to the tile where the Moogle was to find the Moogle village. The Moogles are all timid and scared. All the doors are locked. I would have thought that I would have to follow him. Oh, there's our friend Moogle. It's our friend human. I think it's the Moogle we helped before. Kupo! Are you thanking us? Come inside, my beautiful house of wonders. It's made of tree. Kupo! I think it's telling us we can keep whatever's in the chests. Alright. Got a lot of items here. Including, actually, a fairly unique one, the Dancing Dagger. I'll talk about that one in a sec. Cuckoo Popo! What's it doing? Why, of course. It's telepathically communicating with the rest of the Moogles. What's going on? Why are you so excited? Kupo! Something the matter? It's Grandpa. He's in the Moogle village. Huh? Moogles can all communicate through telepathy. Even when they're far apart, they can keep in contact with their minds. The Moogle village. It's pretty far from here. I know. And the Windrake is too tired to fly. So that means... I see. Thank you. He says he has just enough energy for one more flight. If you're certain it's alright. And the Moogles dance. What's going on? Kupo Popo! Huh? Nose? The Windrake got here fast. Gee, where is the Moogles force anyway? Kupopo! Huh? At the nose? That wasn't like that before. There we go. That tile right there. Cuckoo Popo, Cuckoo Popo. Here's the dragon. We have child. Cryo. Grandpa. How did you find us? The Moogles told me you were here. Grandpa, we should hurry back to the castle. Alright, let's hop on. Thankfully, the Windrake is strong. You can carry 4 adults, 1 teenage child, and a Moogle. And said 4 adults are probably wearing a lot of armor, and they've got a lot of things in their inventory. How is this dragon not over-encumbered? But the dragon brings us to the Castle of Ball. Man, it's a good thing we got this driveway installed. I'll take the Windrake back to his roost so he can rest, okay? I mean, you could just let him rest there. Seems like a pretty cool spot, but... I mean, he's got 2 statues right next to him. That'll be pretty cool. King Galuf! And hey, red soldiers. Thanks for holding down the fort while I was gone. King Galuf. What's the situation with X-Death? There's been no activity since the barrier went up. I see. And our troops? They've been almost entirely wiped out by X-Death's monster hordes. I'm sorry, sire. All this time, I thought you were just some crazy old man. You never said anything about being a king. Must have slipped my mind. Well, it sure is a surprise and a half. Good job, men. Go get some rest. Yes, sire. Alright, what do you guys want to do? Maybe we can go to Applebee's or something? Bartz, what is it? You've still got that funny look on your face. It's you. A king. I can't get over it, that's all. You saying I'm not the epitome of kingliness? What? Just kidding. But I guess I better mind my P's and Q's around you, King Galuf. Listen here. Before you knew me as a king, you knew me as a friend. Just Galuf is fine. Understood, Just Galuf. Don't push it, kid. Here in Baal, bad jokes like that will get you punished! Ha ha ha! Alright. Well, there's items we can grab now. Including the teleport spell, which is quite handy. So before we wrap this video up, let's do some exploration. Let's find some items. Let's pet a Moogle. Gosh, what a cutie he is. And of course, going up here is the roost, which we don't need to worry about too much. Although, we can talk to Cryle. Cryle? The Windrake. He's dying. What? What happened? He pushed himself too hard. He was wounded and shouldn't have been flying, but he took me to find you anyway. He sacrificed himself to rescue us. Is there any way for us to save him? We'd need dragon grass. Dragon grass? Will that heal his wounds? Yes. But I don't know if such a thing even exists in this world. Back home, Windrakes always nest near dragon grass. I expect these drakes are no different. If we go to where drakes roost, we gotta find dragon grass nearby. If that's the case, then you know a place? Our best bet is Drakenvale, the Valley of the Windrakes. However, no one who's entered has ever returned. Guess that means we'll be the first to do. Bartz. Drakenvale is north of the castle. It's just past Kelb, the werewolf town. What about the monsters outside? There's so many of them. Don't worry, no monster is a match for the 4 of us. Right. Together, we'll be alright. And we'll bring back that dragon grass, never you fear. Alright, well, let's stop dragging our feet then. We have our next story objective, but of course there's still more things to find in the castle. Including down here, there's a save point and a guy. Push all you like, that door in the basement won't open. Alright, well, We've got ourselves a point we can save at. Never mind that file from the practice. Down here in the basement is the Castle of Balls basement. And yes, there's a locked door here that we can't access. Now the reason why there's a save point is because there's actually enemies down here, which we will see right now. These guys kinda suck. But, well, if you use the right item on them, they're not too bad. These guys are made of stone, so of course a gold needle will fell them in one hit. But these guys also have break, and they will very likely cast it on you. So be careful about that. But these guys also give you a pretty decent chunk of experience, and more importantly, a lot of AP. If you want to do AP grinding, this is one of your best spots if you've got gold needles, or later on if you've just got a lot of skills that are very powerful that can help you kill them quickly. But I'm not going to do any AP grinding right now, not going to do any farming right now. We're just exploring. One night is 50 gil. I guess even the king needs to pay up every now and then. Makes sense, you want to make sure your townsfolk have money. There's nothing in these vases, but we do have our shops here. I'm gonna buy, well, let's buy a few gold needles to make up for the ones we just used. A couple of phoenix downs. And over in you, I'm actually going to stock up on some holy waters. Mostly because enemies will start having zombification spells soon, and it's not great. As you saw, zombification was kind of not the best to get hit by. And the worst part is, the only way you can get rid of it is with holy water. You can't get rid of it through spells, unless you use time magic return to go to the start of a battle. And you can't get rid of it with tents or cottages either. Although I think healing springs still work. And in here, we have an armory and magic shops. The items here are basically just the same ones as in Regol, but thankfully that means we can start getting our guys a little bit stronger now. Another wizard hat. And a gold mail. And let's get a Gaia gear too. And let's optimize everyone. And I'm gonna equip you with the Frost Rod here. Alright, you may notice this item as well, the Dancing Dagger. The Dancing Dagger actually has the same effects as the Dancer does. Randomly, when you attack with the Dancing Dagger, you will perform one of the Dancer's dance abilities. You'll either be able to drain HP from an enemy, MP from an enemy, confuse a target, or you'll deal a powerful melee attack called Saber Dance, that's right. Because Dancer has it in 14 too. Quite useful, but since it randomly procs, it's not always the most reliable, but still, it's a good item to have. And over here in Magic Land, we can get more spells. Do we have all the black magic ones? Yeah, we do. So in that case, I'm actually going to buy Blink. We now have the ability to blink. And I think I saw a treasure chest over there, some Tejror. When you optimize your equipment, it only takes into account attack and defense values and not other effects. It's a convenient feature, but one must be careful lest items with useful enhancements but lower stats be removed. You wouldn't want an elven mantle or gold hairpin to be unequipped at an inopportune time, now would you? And the chest contains an angel robe, which... who can equip the angel robe, actually? I think that might be a chemist thing, actually. Yeah, there we go. Negates poison, and I think reduces poison damage as well, and also has a massive amount of magic defense. As well as a big boost in stamina too, so should have a lot of survivability now. Kind of make up for Chemist being a bit weak in other regards. That is actually going to do it for today's episode, though. That's pretty much all we really needed to do in the Castle of well, I guess we can do this. Open the gates! But sire, Exdeath's monsters are waiting right outside. Once we're clear, shut the doors and seal them tight. Sire, if we do that, you won't be able to re-enter the castle. Are you certain that's what you want? Yes. Alright, they're gonna open the gate just to let us by. Alright, now close the gate and seal it. Don't let anyone through, no matter what. If you so command. Take care, Your Majesty. Yipes. Didn't take long for Exdeath's creeps to spot us. On your toes, kids, here they come. More guys! I forgot we were thrust right into a boss fight here. But once again, we fight Abductor. But this time, it's a little bit different now, isn't it? Because this time, he's green instead of purple. Truly, this makes him the most powerful fight in the world. I'm going to actually give Drain on Gallif's Blade, which is going to be another really good thing to have. And Fyra. You know what? I'll cast Drain on you to get some health back too. There we go. Give me your health. That almost healed us up to full health. And Ferris just in the sky, not worrying about a thing. There we go. And hey, we're over here now. Thanks to the power of the Moogles and the Windrake. So now our objective is to head north toward Drakenvale. But I'll do that in the next episode. That's the end of this one. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. It'll help me. It'll help the Kingdom of Ball. It'll help Gallif, and don't you just want to help Gallif? He's a cool guy. I'll see you guys later. Take care.